Welcome to Spiritual Awakening family. As the human awakening process intensifies and accelerates, much is arising that has been buried or denied and that needs to be acknowledged, recognized, and released. There is no need to engage with these powerful emotions and feelings. They are like tropical storms that arise, expend an enormous amount of energy quite indiscriminately, and then dissipate. And, like storms, the feelings and emotions that arise will express themselves very powerfully, and that, of course, can be very painful, so do not attempt to suppress or control them, just allow them to flow though you, as they will, without attempting to direct them or dump them on others. Doing that just aggravates an emotionally tense situation and invites in additional energy to intensify the pain that is already present. It would be like adding further moisture to a tropic storm, which you can't do, or gasoline to a fire, which you most certainly can. Stuff is arising for all who are presently incarnate as humans on planet Earth. It is mostly very ancient stuff long suppressed or denied, and now it really needs to be released, and all of you, every human, chose to be on Earth at this time to take part in this enormous project so that the blocks to love that have been in place for eons may be easily and swiftly acknowledged, thanked, and released. Thanked because they had a purpose in the game you have been playing, and that purpose was to bring to your awareness the absolute hopelessness of life without love, and this they have achieved. The evidence is all around you as you meet and come to know people everywhere who are seeking love and meaning in their lives. Love is who you are, and it is your purpose. Love creates endlessly like itself unless its presence been blocked. Love does not force or impose its presence on anyone, but it is always with you, offering itself to you unconditionally. All that you need do, as you have been told so many times, is to dismiss your fears of it and open your hearts to allow it to enter and embrace you. All fear is fear of love, fear of rejection by that which never rejects. That fear arises because you see yourselves as unworthy of God's love for you due to the errors or sins that you believe you have committed and are still committing, sins or errors that you believe God finds abominably odious and for which He has judged you as utterly unacceptable. If that were the case, there would indeed be reason for fear, because if God judged you and in so doing rejected you, you would cease to exist. And that is a very fearful thought, but you are all His beloved children, perfect in every way, just as He created you, and therefore rejection or judgment by Him is completely impossible. He loves you and wants only your eternal happiness. Your fear arises because of your sense of guilt for attempting to live separated from Him by playing the game of separation. But it is only a game and, as such, it is totally unreal. A construct without foundations, within which you have barricaded yourselves, as it floats on an infinitely vast ocean of love into which it will eventually collapse and dissolve. As it does, the game ends, and you will find that you have surrendered into God's loving embrace, which is the state of total acceptance of you in which you always have been and always will be held, and unconditionally loved, honored, and respected forever. So, to reiterate, separation never happened. There is only Source, the infinite unconditional field of love which holds all of creation in its warm embrace. It is infinite, it has no boundaries and there is nothing beyond it or before it, it just is. Every sentient being is one with it, there are no exceptions, no rejections, and there is no hell to which the unacceptably sinful are banished for all eternity. There is only the divine field of love where all are welcome, and where all are eternally present. The separated state seems utterly real because that was the intent when it was envisaged. With your infinite creative power, the infinite creative power that was God's gift to His Son when He created you. You and God are one. You then chose to experience separation through the many masks and disguises you invented for that purpose, and the game lasted but an instant and was finished. Nevertheless, it appears to be ongoing, and to have been ongoing for eons. For humans it is an incomprehensible paradox. You see, each individual entity into which God's Son himself has free will. Therefore, as long as the majority, the collective, continues to support the game, it will seem to continue without interruption. However, now that the collective has chosen to end the game, a game that has brought you much pain and suffering, its termination is assured. All presently incarnate are in human form at this moment to assist in bringing the game to a close. But, as you know, becoming human involves an enormous loss of memory and awareness, and, as humans, the world in which you find yourselves, a tiny point in a seemingly infinitely vast universe, is very convincingly real, firm, and physical. Consequently, to remember your natural state as pure awareness or pure consciousness, without any physical form whatever, is impossible. In fact, it is inconceivable. As infinitely powerful beings contained in a human form of such intense limitation, it is impossible for you to even imagine the truth of who you are. The state you conceived of and into which you chose to place yourselves is so insignificant that it cannot exist even for a moment. The gulf between what you are and what you imagine yourselves to be is infinitely vaster than the difference in size between 100 human beings and one bacterium. And yet, at times, it does seem to you that you are much more than your physical form allows. And that sense or feeling is the motivating force that is driving you towards your awakening. As you keep hearing in messages from many sources, you are far more than you appear to be as a human. That message or idea was once thought to be insane, a figment of some individual's damaged mind. Now modern physics has shown that everything is unbreakably connected to everything else, and that everything else is far vaster than can possibly be imagined. It is becoming apparent to all who are prepared that there is far more to life than the human condition seems to permit. By going within daily, to your holy inner sanctuary where the light of love, Source, the supreme wisdom and intelligence, Father, Mother, God, resides at one with you, you can experience the sense of this, the feeling of this. It is like a warm, welcoming glow that lights you up with joy and peace, dissolving your worries. You then find you have all the strength you need to deal satisfactorily with the issues that arise in your daily human lives without being unduly disturbed by your egoic distractions of anxiety and uncertainty. Go within at least once daily. Open your hearts to accept the embrace that love offers you in every moment, and delight in the peace and contentment that enables you to deal lovingly and spontaneously whatever arises. Your loving brother, Jesus. I hope you like the video. Welcome to your channel. Don't forget to check out the other uploads.